So do you guys remember what we learned last year? Do you guys remember what we learned? Yes? No? Maybe so? Don't worry, we're going to have a recap. Okay, so do you guys remember where we were at in Moses' story? Does that ring any bells? So we were at when Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh, and God told Moses to tell Pharaoh to let the people of Israel go. Is it coming back into your memory? Well, last time we learned about the 4 plagues God sent. We learned about how God turned the Nile River into blood, and all the water there in Egypt was turned into blood. Then we learned about the plague of frogs. Then we learned about the plague of gnats. And finally, we learned about the plague of flies. Now, do you guys remember what we learned about last time? Well, today we're going to learn the rest of that story. Are you guys excited? Well, before we go into our story and new action song, we have to learn a memory verse. So today's memory verse comes from Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 16. Say it with me. Deuteronomy 6:16. Once again, Deuteronomy 6:16. It says, "You shall not tempt the Lord your God." Listen to it one more time. "You shall not tempt the Lord your God." Okay, let's learn it together. Okay, so we're going to repeat after me. Deuteronomy 6:16. "You shall not tempt the Lord your God." Once again, Deuteronomy 6:16. "You shall not tempt the Lord your God." Okay, one last time, we're going to put it all together, okay? Starting with the reference. Deuteronomy 6:16. "You shall not tempt the Lord your God." Yay! Good job! Now we're going into action song.
I hope you guys are ready to do the action song on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh yes! Let's stand up and dance.
Does your heart get pumping? Your feet get jumping? Are you spending all your time on a treasure quest? Your heart won't rest till you have what looks so fine. Climbing to the top. Tell me, will it ever stop? Jesus said to live, give and give and give. Store your treasure in heaven where it
The first one, the Nile turned into blood. Second, frogs. Third, gnat. And fourth, flies. Good job. I am so happy that you guys remembered that. So now we are going to go on after those 4 plagues, and we're going to move on to the next 5 plagues, okay? Okay, so God had come to Moses and Aaron and said, I want you to go to Pharaoh and tell him that if he doesn't let the people go, I'm going to send a disease all over Egypt that will affect all the animals and livestock. So that's what Moses and Aaron did. So Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and told him that God is going to send this disease that will kill all of the animals, but the land of Goshen where the Israelites lived will not be affected. Just as the Lord said, the next day it happened. And guess what? Pharaoh still hardened his heart and would not let the people go. So the next day, God told Moses and Aaron that they should go outside to Pharaoh and take some ashes from the stove and throw it in the air, right? And if Pharaoh didn't listen and won't let the people go, God's going to send boils all over the Egyptians. And what is a boil? Do you guys know what a boil is? It's humongous pimples, maybe the size of my hand, all over the body. See, if I heard that, I would be begging Pharaoh to let the people go. Well, of course, Pharaoh didn't listen. He hardened his heart. And guess what happened? God sent big zits all over the Egyptians' bodies. And they suffered so much because of Pharaoh's one decision. Okay, so then God said, I want you to go to Pharaoh early in the morning. So Aaron and Moses went to Pharaoh. It was really early in the morning, and God told him to say that if you do not let the people go, I'm going to send a hailstorm. So it's going to be this big of ice falling like rain from the sky. Imagine one of those hitting your head. God told Pharaoh that stay in your house until all are die. And God said, of course, Pharaoh won't let the people go. So I'm going to use Pharaoh to show my power and glory to the whole entire world. So, as you can imagine, ice as big as my head were falling from the sky. The people who feared God and understood the glory and the power of God, they went home and they went inside and stayed safe. But some people, like Pharaoh, they decided they didn't really want to believe Moses or Aaron. So they stayed outside with all their animals, and guess what? They died because of their disobedience and their unbelief of God's power. And Pharaoh, yet, he would not let the people go. And what did you think after all this torture, all this suffering, he would let the people go? God told Moses and Aaron to go back to Pharaoh and tell him, if he does not let the people go, I'm going to send locusts. What are locusts? They're like grasshoppers, but they're not just regular grasshoppers. Everything they see that is green, they'll eat it. So that means grass, all the plants, all the crops. So that means when the locusts came, the Egyptians had no crops to eat. But there's one place locusts did not come to. That's right, the land of Goshen, where the Israelites lived. So even the people in Pharaoh's court were begging Pharaoh, come on, let the people go. We're tired of suffering this much. And Pharaoh said, all right. Pharaoh asked Moses and Aaron, okay, who's going with you? I need to know. Moses and Aaron said, everyone, even our livestock and animals. And Pharaoh said, this is not acceptable. You can't take everyone, take the men and leave everyone else. That wasn't what God wanted, was it? No. So God sent another plague. But Pharaoh begged, he said, I will repent once you take all these locusts away. So God caused a great wind from the east to take all of this locust, and it took all the locusts away. But Pharaoh ended up changing his mind and wouldn't let the people go. So God caused a dark, black He made the whole Egypt turn dark. Everyone was trying to see. They couldn't even find each other. That's how dark it was. And the darkness lasted for 3 entire days. Pharaoh was so afraid. He said, "Go, get out of this place. I don't want to ever see you again. You take everyone except for your herds." And Moses said, "No way. If I'm one, I'm taking everything." Pharaoh should listen to God because the next plague will be the worst of all. Guys, we can't wait for a catastrophe to force us to do the right thing. We should choose to do the right thing in all circumstances. So let's pray and ask God to help us do the right thing. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this time you had enabled us to watch this story and learn so much from it. Oh Lord, I pray, Lord, that you will help us to have a soft heart and be able to soak in your word. And I pray, Lord, that you will help us to do the right things. In Jesus' name I pray.
Hey guys, welcome back from our story. Did you guys learn more of the plagues that God sent to Egypt? Okay, remember to come back next week because we're going to learn the rest of that story. The rest? Yes, the rest. There's more to that story. And what God does in the next story is so powerful. So you guys have to come back, okay? Okay, before we end today's lesson, we're going to say the memory verse one more time. So we'll say it all together. Deuteronomy 6:16. You shall not tempt the Lord your God. Yay! How many of y'all got that down? So what